Hey there all, it's Simon back here again for another episode of The Sign, part 71. Yes, you heard 71. We are still going, so will this ever end? Who knows? So, like I say, part 71 is here. So, in the last part, a lot has been going on. In the last part, we sort of spoke to numerous people. We spoke to Cedric, we spoke to Tessa, Leah, all in the organ party, Amelia, and also Enos. But the big news, obviously, is that Dr. Lena apparently is the killer and the sort of like person that's all behind these killings. Interesting times ahead. But anyway, let's get into the next episode of The Sign. So, here we go. Let's see what we can do. Oh, there is news. See what she has to say. No need to continue. Okay. Detective Strasser just called me. Marvellous. I can't believe it yet. Yes, it is unbelievable and it is amazing. So you guys really did it. Thank you. Thank you. I was so afraid for my sister. And knowing that she's safe now. And that you saved her. I will never forget that. We all feel the same. So good to know now this is all literally coming to an end, and so sort of happy that it is actually, well, getting there, I suppose. We've now known Dr. Lena was behind all this. So here we go. So what we got? Sorry if I have to cut you off now, Simon, but I have to see Kiara at the hospital. Talk to you later. No problem indeed, Enos. So let's get back to the organ party. What on earth is going on? Yeah, just I thought there was something wrong with my phone then. I was like, hang on a minute. Anyway, guys, the avatars for my contact list have just been shaking like crazy. What's going on? It's a bit weird, isn't it? God, I just can't believe. I hope nothing else is going to happen. Surely. I had a similar experience the other day. Henry, how is that possible? I really have no idea. Okay, so much for your help. Oh no, something is wrong here too. Can you hear that? Hear what? Uh-oh. Wow, what on the earth was that? What on earth was that? Oh god, the power is suddenly oh god, the power is suddenly off. Off? What the hell? Yeah, literally, what the hell is going on now? I thought this was all... Tessa, what's happening? Do excuse me too, folks. Sorry about that, Ma'am Shannon. So Tessa is...
You have 4 days left.
How is this possible? I knew there was going to be a jump scare, that's why I looked away. I went very quiet there for a moment. So this curse. It is not gone. I have under 1 hour to live. What is going on? The curse is not gone. What is happening? How can that be? We must have made a mistake. Serena should no longer have any reason to threaten our lives. That's what I thought. Now it's sort of all like, you know, unless we didn't expose the killer after all. Wow. Isn't it not, Dr. Lena? This is interesting, folks. This is getting very interesting. Wasn't it Dr. Lena now? Wasn't it him? Was it him behind all of this? It appears it looked like it's actually not. Which leads me to believe that Lena is not a killer. I hate to admit it, but it seems we've been led up the garden path by the real killer. If it wasn't Lena, who was it? Then everything was just a setup, the suicide note, the suicide. How could the killer fool us like that? I mean, it all seemed to make sense. You sure about that, Henry? I don't see any other plausible explanation. But I too ask myself how the perpetrator managed to do all this. Henry, take a look at this, please. Oh, this is just getting way too much now. This is just... what is going on? Why is she contacting Enos? That's the weird thing. Slowly the whole thing is starting to make sense to me. Well, what's making sense? You tell me what's going on. After we tried to trap the killer at the grave, he came up with a new plan. He continues to insist on handling over the file. How do you know it's... what? In the background, however, he has come up with something different. He chose Dr. Lena as a scapegoat. So literally, as Henry Font said, he's led us up the garden path. So in other words, he made us believe that it was Dr. Lena, and it turns out it's not actually Dr. Lena. It's not him. Oh, and it continues. This is just terrible. Absolutely terrible, folks, isn't it? Anyway, he writes to Lena using Enos's name. This way, he wants to make sure that Lena is either alone in his apartment or that he can be ordered to the cemetery at short notice. Then, the killer prepares everything for Lena's alleged suicide and presents him to us as a murderer who brought himself to justice. And Phil just literally sums up the question, what are we supposed to do now? I don't want to die. I don't want to die. We will find the killer. How can you be so relaxed? I suppose it's trying to stay positive, but guys, I read everything. Kiara? How are you doing? So we're saying goodbyes and sort of hellos and stuff now, but it's a serious situation and we're in trouble. Well, I can't say I'm doing great, but that's not important now. If Lena isn't behind it all, and Simon only has 45 minutes to live, 45 minutes left, then everyone of us must give everything now. Search the internet and Serena's file for any clues and recap everything we've found out so far. Oh, thanks to you, I'm free again. And we won't let Simon die tonight. You're right, Kiara. Now every minute counts. I too will pull out all the stops. God. Shame we couldn't do that earlier. Oh well, anyway. So Nora's now messaging us. Oh no. I just don't want to believe it. Just spit it out. That can't be it after all. Well, I thought this was it after all, but it turns out it's not. Not after all we've been through. God damn it. Simon, I don't want you to die. I know that, Norma. Just... So now, folks, we've got less than 45 minutes to live. This is not good at all. We are in absolute sort of deep doo-doo, I suppose. Henry and I are writing to you for a reason. We still see one last chance for you to survive this day. And Henry says, exactly, you now have only one option left. You must now try by all means to track down the murderer. Yeah, how do I do that? How do I do that? Norma and I discussed this for a long time, and we agree the following might work. Oh, do tell me, because I'm literally about 40-something minutes away from death. Lovely. We know the murderer isn't tormented by the fear of getting caught. Right. That's, I suppose, in a weird way true. And it's precisely this fear you now have to use to your advantage. To my advantage? More just... This is just weird. This is just weird. Wait, Norma. I'll explain. Oh, Henry, we ain't got time for this, dude. We are literally like 40 minutes away. Those shaking avatars you were just telling me about. Yes. Serena wanted to point out to you that the murderer is still among us. Correct. Oh. So it has to be someone you know or have a contact with. And now the task is to find out who is in the short time we have left. Right, what are you trying to say, Henry? That doesn't... Yeah, what are you trying... Just get to the point, man. God, dude. We've got literally like moments to live and you're still banging on. This interrogation method is used by the police to get suspects to confess. And now it's your turn to use it. Confront anyone who might be the killer by pointing the finger of blame. Confront anyone who might be the killer by pointing the finger of blame. Pretend to have found out that he or she is the killer. The killer will be nervous anyway. Correct. If he or she feels busted, this will uncover the web of lies. Now, like I said in a few episodes ago, folks, when we sort of had to think who the killer was and guess who the killer was. Now, as I've told you, I actually do know who the killer is. So, I'm not going to sort of say anything else apart from that. Anyway, That's the author talking out of you, Norma. Simon, what do you say? That might work. Might work. Oh dear, it's just... Glad you see it that way too. Now can I get to start questioning people because we're wasting valuable time here. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But you have to hurry. Now. You won't have enough time to confront everyone. Well, start with the person who seems most suspicious. And who's that supposed to be? I always speculated about that with Henry too. Even if it sounds strange at first, for us, Cedric and Tessa are at the top of the list. No, they both desperately wanted to go to the grave. They could not be stopped. Correct, I suppose, but why would it be them? I don't understand why. And lo and behold, suddenly they present us with Leetner's corpse, including a suicide note. To us, this seems more than strange. Hurry, Simon. You have just under 45 minutes left. Wow. Made that 42 minutes and 47 seconds. I'll confront Cedric. Let's go with Cedric. Let's ask him. Oh, what are we going to put? Why are you doing such a terrible thing to all of us? What are you talking about? It's funny that you insisted on going to the grave where Alita's body just happens to be. That is very true, but then again, I suppose it makes sense. I imagine his sort of review is, well, I want to save Kiara. Damn it, you've got me. What? No. No way. Of course, I wanted to go to the grave with you to lead you all, including the detective, to my most recent victim. And wait, have more moments than speak against me. When I almost drowned in Serena's house. When I almost got arrested in the evidence room. I think he's trying to be a smart ass here. And when I was about to lose the love of my life. You're really incredible. And I'm trying like crazy to save your life. Cedric, I am desperate. I am running out of time. All good. I can imagine how you're feeling right now. Anyway, I was just about to text you. Yes. We know by now that the age difference between Serena and her lover was very big. So who is it most likely candidate? Right, the age gap. So it can't be Jonathan because Jonathan apparently had some sort of affair with some... Well, apparently had something with someone. As crazy it may sound. Then you got Kiara, which can't be her because she was sort of kidnapped and you can't fake great kidnapping. Wasn't obviously Professor Crew because he's now dead. So I can't imagine who it is. I'm lost. It's crazy, may sound. Wolfenstrasse. I exclude Henry. I don't know about anything that would make him even remotely suspicious. That's why I tried to find out everything I could about Wolfenstrasse's past. And there you have it. My feeling didn't deceive me. There were interesting things to find about both of them. Look at what look at what kind of article I found about Wolf. Right. From unsuccessful hacker to celebrated hero. That's him, isn't it? Oh my god. Why in the hell? That's really weird. So is Wolf the hero? Was he? Let's move on to our next candidate. Our Chief Detective Straza. Yes. He's a bit of a weirdo, to be fair, I must admit. I'm sure you remember Straza's online cloud. You searched it yourself. I took another look at it and came across an interesting email. So we can read this bit quickly. At the end of that, I've gone past way over 20 minutes, folks, so apologies. I didn't realise I lost track of time. Anyway, it says, "Hello, Elmer. I just had a request from our former colleague, Henry Fonz. I'm sure you remember him. He would like to have the latest information about the Serena Black case. Since you were the first one on the scene back then and also took over the paperwork, I have the following request for you. If you have received any new information in the meantime, please forward it to Henry. I still home something. Talk to you soon. Best, Joachim." And it's Joachim Fredericks. It's strange he was involved in Serena's case and that he was even the first one on the scene. Damn straight. The right question I think you might have, why didn't he even tell us about it? Why did he not tell us about it? He said absolutely nothing. You should ask him that. I hope for your sake that I'm right with my guess. This is where do we go from here? I'm gonna go Strasser. I don't know why I'm going Strasser, but I am. But anyway, we are going to end it there for now, folks. But like I say, I will come back in literally just a second, to be fair, because very quickly before I go, sort of plan to sort of talk to my partner tonight, but she's sort of got stuff to do, and I think she's having an early night anyway. And I sort of can't watch TV because my TV's sort of playing up, so I will be continuing to record. But for this part, that is it for now. So I will be back in just a second for another part of The Sign, episode 72, which will be coming up soon. So take care, folks, and stay safe. And I shall see you some more of The Sign.